What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Terribly behind on making videos. I don't know where to start, even trying to catch up. I figured this would be a good jumping point because I had a fairly large order come in today. So instead of letting it just get set to the side and added to the stack of things that I want to show, I figured I would go ahead and knock this one out. It is a pretty decent sized order from Paragon Records, which means you guys are going to see a bunch of obscure stuff that you probably never heard of, and uh, find some things that you need to hear that you probably didn't know that you needed to hear. I've already opened it up because I made the order. It's not like it's a grab bag or anything. I just went ahead and opened it up, and I'm glad that I did because I struggled with this box opening up more than I ever should have. I would have been embarrassed to upload me fighting with this thing the way that I did. I think this is funny. I made this order I think last week or possibly the week before, towards the end of that week, and it's already here. I have another fairly large Paragon Records order that I made back in February that was shipped out on the 15th on my birthday, and it's still not here. It is lost somewhere. I opened a missing mail search on March the 1st, and I have heard absolutely nothing back from the post office. Kind of the way of the world right now. USPS is in shambles. It's been in shambles, and hopefully that package will turn up one of these days. I did not want to go ask for a refund from Paragon because I know that they shipped it out. I had the confirmation. It's not their fault that the post office lost it. So hopefully that package will surface and show up sometime in the near future. Until then, I have made another order, so we'll see what we got. A lot of times they throw in, if you make any type of substantial order, you might get like a free CD, a free demo. Sometimes they're CDRs, as this one was. It was in this little paper case, and I went ahead and switched it over to a jewel case before making this video. This is the debut full length from Rip to Shreds. Rip to Shreds is a death metal band out of California. That's about all that I know about Rip to Shreds. This is just a CDR kind of demo. As you can see, the paper sleeve is not even cut to fit an actual jewel case, but it's just a CDR. I have not checked this band out before. This album is regarded pretty highly. It has some very good reviews, so looking forward to checking out Rip to Shreds. I may have to hunt down a genuine copy if I listen to this and enjoy it quite a bit. I will link up Paragon Records in the description, as well as I will try to list everything in the order that I show it. I will at least list everything that I show. If I have the time, I will try to jump in and throw some Bandcamp links or YouTube streams if I can find them or something along those lines. That way you can listen to it and check it out if you feel so inclined. Let's just jump right into this and I'll show you guys what I got. The first album that I picked up is a death metal project out of Mexico. This is Kadath or Kadath with their latest EP. This came out in 2018. I think this was the last thing that they put out, entitled Our Battles. A pretty decent little slab of straightforward death metal. Definitely has that flair, that South American flair going on in this. A lot of those South American bands kind of have that tinge of blackened aspects going on in their death metal, and Kadath or Kadath is no different in that regard. I do like this pretty good, obviously, because I purchased it, but this was $5 on Paragon, so um, I had only listened to a couple tracks, but I enjoyed what I heard, so I went ahead and just pulled the trigger and bought that EP. Next up, this is an old school death metal band out of Japan. I can say that they're old school death metal because this is a compilation of the first two demos. One came out in 1988, one came out in 1989. This is Necrophile with From Obscurity. And as I said, it's just a compilation of their very first two demos. Thrashy, very thrashy. It kind of teeters into thrash metal quite a bit. At times, you could argue that this is a thrash metal, um, two thrash metal demos as opposed to death metal. But the death metal, the early death metal sound and feel is definitely prevalent on this. I have I have no qualms calling this an old school death metal release. I enjoyed this very, very immensely, and I hope you guys check it out and enjoy this as well. I hope I can find something where you guys can listen to this, because this is some pretty good stuff. As a somewhat overlooked band in that original old school death metal heyday, so definitely some good stuff there out of Japan. The I think all of the rest of the stuff that I will show, I got the death metal out of the way first, is either going to be funeral doom or black metal. For me, those listens kind of go hand in hand when I'm in the mood for something like that. When I was in a very, very funeral doomy atmospheric black metal mood when I made this order, as you will see as I go through this. And for some reason, just those two genres, something about them for me, just they completely go together. First up, we have a funeral doom band, I guess a project, one person project out of Poland. This is Thorns of Grief with anthem. Let me try the Anthems to My Remains. There we go. Anthem to My Remains. Uh, I enjoy this very, very much. The one thing I like at times with Funeral Doom, if it is incorporated just right, is like the piano or the keyboard passages that are kind of sprinkled in throughout some of those albums. And that's on this album. I think the piano passages just work absolutely flawlessly with the music. I enjoyed this quite, as I said earlier, I enjoyed this pretty immensely. This was released on Satanith Records and Dying Sun Records, so it was kind of a split um, release between those two labels. But good stuff here out of Poland. Next up, this was one of the highlights for me. One of the reasons that I wanted to make this order. This is it's coined Funeral Doom. Yeah, I get it. It is it has the Funeral Doom elements going on in this. It's almost kind of an atmospheric d- doom death feel to me, but the Funeral Doom elements are definitely there as well. This is an Icelandic band, and this is a self-titled release from the band Vofa. Very, very, very intriguing stuff here. I was hooked on the very first track on this when I very first listened to it, and I was ecstatic when I saw that Paragon had these available on their site, and it was only $5. That was an absolute steal for me. It was an auto throw in the cart purchase. I believe this they Paragon may still have copies of this available on the site. If they do, I highly urge you guys to check this one out, because I love this release. This is another one that was put out through Satanith Records. There's a couple other labels, I guess, that worked in conjunction with Satanith, but Satanith, their logo is the biggest on the back, so we're giving them the credit on that. But great doomy stuff there out of Iceland. Next up, we have some ambient, atmospheric black metal. I forget where this band is from. This is a band called Ashes with a Funeral Forest demo. I believe there's two. It's very dusty. This one might have been on the shelves there for a while. Um, it looks like there's two demos on this CD. I'm not sure. I know the Funeral Forest or Forest Funeral demo is definitely on here. I'm not sure. I can't read the font on the second demo. I did not know that second one was on here. I'm not complaining, because Funeral Forest was a fantastic, this kind of raw atmosphere. It's got this very raw, unpolished atmospheric sound going on, and sometimes like the production value on raw black metal, raw atmospheric black metal is kind of there to mask a lack in musicianship, a lack in quality of the instruments, and that's definitely not the case on this one. The musicianship is definitely there. It still comes through despite the raw qualities going on within this. I do dig this quite a bit, and you guys should check this one out as well. This was released on Supernal Music, and it's this band is out of the UK, so I'm not sure where at in the UK, but it is from the United Kingdom. Next up, this was an absolute banger. This was ranks right up there with that Vofa release. Is probably the two favorite releases that I picked up in this little order. I was very surprised that this one was available. This was pretty highly touted when it came out in 2019. I'm wanting to think it is, and I didn't know that they were going to have this one available. And when I saw it was there, I had to jump on it. This is the EP from uh, Funeral Woods. I was going to say Funeral Forest. That was the name of the EP of the other band. Funeral Forest, Funeral Woods is the name of this band, and Ashes of the New Age is the name of this EP. This is some fantastic black metal. It kind of teeters at times on there's just enough melody in this to keep it from being melodic black metal. It does not go into melodic black metal territory, but there is just enough melody on this that I think people that are into melodic death metal could dig this, and I think people that enjoy that kind of straightforward don't really care for that much. Don't really care for melodic death metal. I think both fans of both realms of black metal can find something that they enjoy on this. I absolutely fell in love with this release, and I was super stoked to see that it was available on Paragon. $5 was an absolute steal on this one. The riffs, the very first track kind of gives you, it goes in and it has that almost classic, it almost felt like a Celtic Frost, that hooah, and then like the riffs, you get that hooah, and it goes straight to Riff City on you. Just fantastic riffy black metal, amazing stuff. Check out Funeral Woods if you have not done so. I think you guys will dig this one as much as I do. Next up, this is one that was a blind buy for me, so I still have some checking out to do. I actually forgot that I picked this one up. It came out in 2015 on Fimbule Venter Productions. This is Stryvigor with Into the Abyss of Cold. I don't know much about this one. I'm banking on it being some sort of atmospheric black metal, just from the mood that I was in when I purchased a lot of these albums. I'm looking at it and I know it has to be black metal just from looking at it. I don't know where this band is from. I don't really know much about this at all. So if you do know Stryvigor, probably butchering their name anyway, but if you happen to know some stuff about this project before I take the time to listen to it myself, then definitely jump in the comments and let me know. But that one was kind of a blind purchase for me there. Next up, we have some more. This is kind of paganist, I believe, if memory serves me correct, kind of paganish, atmospheric black metal. This is Dagorlad with The End of the Dark Ages. I know it's black metal. I think it's kind of folky sounding black metal, if I remember correctly. There's the inside of the digipack there. This is another one that I'm just not super familiar with. This was released. I don't see a release date. It's showing Belgium on the DAC, so I don't know if that's where the label is from, or the actual band. But if memory serves me correct, I think this is kind of folky, paganist black metal. I have listened to a YouTube stream of this, and I know I enjoyed it because I picked it up. This one wasn't a complete blind buy, but I just don't. I don't remember everything about this one. It's been a little bit since I did this order. Next up, let me see what else we got in here. We've got some more atmospheric black metal. Go figure. This is a band called the Unchaining. They have the Unchaining has a bit more of a slower style in atmospheric black metal. If they kind of slow it down, it doesn't quite hit that doomy territory, but it is a bit slower than some of the other black metal releases that you will probably hear. I did enjoy it. There's a faint bit of the almost rawness or fuzziness that comes through in their material as well. This one is entitled Ithilien. They have put out full lengths. This one came out in 2015. They've been putting them out, I think, through like maybe 2012 through. I'm just picking dates out of a hat here, but I'm thinking somewhere around like 2012 through 2018. They were putting out a full length every year. I think in 2016 they put two full lengths out in that one year. You would think that that would kind of um, diminish the quality of their material a little bit, but I have enjoyed everything that I've heard from them. This was released through Behemoth Productions. I'm not sure where. I'm thinking this band is out of Italy. I could be wrong on that, but that's where my mind is telling me that the Unchaining is from. I know I picked up another one of their. Yeah, this is the one that now I'm a bit more familiar with this release from them than I am the Ithilien. This one's Ruins of Dusk, and I enjoyed this one quite a bit. This was also released through Behemoth Productions, and I know I liked this one enough that it made me just go ahead and pick up the other Unchaining release that they had on their site, just because I figured if I liked this one enough, I would probably like their latter material as well. This one came out before the Ithilien album did. This one came out in 2014. So, like I said, they were putting them out pretty much every year. This one came out in 2014. This one came out in 2015, and I think they had another full length that was released between these two. So that just kind of shows you how that project was just churning out material. I've got two left, and then I will let you guys go. A box full of packing peanuts that will get everywhere, I'm sure, before this is over. First up is another one that was a bit of a blind purchase for me. This is more black metal. This is Rites of Passage with the days. The days were like this. I was kind of just drawn in with that artwork. Read a couple reviews on it. It seemed like it had some pretty decent reviews, so I just went ahead and pulled the trigger. It was released in 2021, so a fairly new release. I figured $5 I would take a gamble on this, and if I didn't enjoy it, I know several people that are into this style of music that I think I could pass it along to, and they will enjoy it. But it does look like it's going to be something that's just right up my alley. It definitely has either that atmospheric black or almost I mean, you could like dip that into funeral doomy territory, but I'm pretty positive this is a black metal release, and I don't remember much about that one, so I do apologize for that. And then last but not least, this is an EP. This was in the order that I placed in February that just never showed up. I wanted this EP enough that I went ahead and ordered it again in hopes that this order would actually show up, and it did. This is Skyforest with their EP entitled Harmony. Skyforest is an atmospheric black metal band out of Russia. Harmony is an acoustic style EP, very melodic, very melodic EP going on here. Some people will probably be turned off with that. I used to own the vinyl version of this, but I ended up getting rid of that because most of you guys know, just not a big vinyl person. I saw that they had these on the site in disc format, so I went ahead and jumped on it twice. If the other one ever shows up, I'll have to rehome it, but I wanted it enough that I went ahead and purchased it again. Just beautiful music on this. Something you can put on and just kind of get lost to. And then there's the inside, and that's all for this order. Kind of out of practice. It's weird how taking a break and just not doing the videos in succession like I was doing, kind of feel rusty. So I apologize, kind of stumbling over my words and that type thing. But I'm going to try to get back on it. There's so much stuff that I want to show, so much stuff that I need to show. I'm so far behind that hopefully I can start cranking these out. My voice is feeling stronger. It feels like I'm finally getting back to where I was before COVID. It just that it's hard to explain. I just haven't been the same since, and hopefully I'm getting back to that point now where I'm starting to feel like the old me again. So hopefully we can keep these videos going, keep rolling them out. I do uh, have some ideas of things that I want to do moving forward. So hopefully we can just have the ball rolling and keep going. Hopefully just doing this video today will help spark that motivation that I need to churn these videos out. That's all I've got for today. Check out Paragon Records. It's in the description. Check out these albums if you saw something that you like. They will be linked up in the description. That's all I've got. Stay classy, stay metal. I will see you guys very soon. I promise.